Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Voice of the Boys, where we have everything that you need to finalize and lock your Gameweek 1 teams. What we see here helped us a lot last season, where we compare the clean sheet probability with the probability of scoring 2.5 or more goals by a team. Manchester City, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool and Leicester are clearly the teams to target while picking players this game week based on data from Droptown. Manchester United and Newcastle defenders are also good shoutouts, while data suggests to avoid West Ham and Southampton players. A note here is that Chelsea have really struggled in pre-season and they would be on a wait and watch for now. Now that we know the teams to target, let's see which players can we get into our drafts from the particular teams. Let's start with the keepers. Aaron Ramsdale has had a good pre-season and has a good run of fixtures until game week 8. With current ownership at approximately 12%, he could deliver more of those 9 pointers that we saw last season with his saves, along with the 14 bonus points that he got last season. Safely the best pick at his price range. Our second recommendation would be Ederson. 5.5 million is a very attractive price for him, and he can be a set and forget keeper for the season alongside a 4 million ward. The only reason we preferred Ramsdale over him was save points and the bonus points that he got last season. Otherwise, getting a keeper from the best defense in a league is a no-brainer. There are some keepers that we would be avoiding for this game week. We start with Mendy, whose short saving ability is a big doubt and we won't go there for now. Adding to this, what we said earlier about Chelsea being rusty in the pre-season. Leeds are predicted to remain open in defense and might concede a lot of chances through the wide areas. Having Melier in for save points seems fancy, but there are better options available at 4.5 million. Moving on to the players who protect the keepers, the defenders. Manchester City have the best games until game week 10. Cancelo was ranked first for threat, took the most shots amongst defenders and was third among City players for big chances created last season. Least vulnerable to Pep Roulette, he should be one of the first names in our team. Mr. Consistent is what we would call him. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been proving his worth for the last 4 seasons, and his FPL returns have been as good as premium mids and forwards. He underperformed his stats last season, yes. Second for assist, fourth for threat, first for creativity amongst defenders. 200 FPL points and yet he underperformed. Newcastle have been playing very attacking football since second half of the last season. They have sorted the defense out and have a high playing fullback in Triple. He's on free kicks too, which is an added advantage. A fully fit Callum Wilson will thrive off his cross. Huge upside potential. Robertson is owned by only 11% of the managers. Yes, you heard that right. For a player who is third for assists and second for creativity amongst defenders last season, that ownership percentage is quite low. We have seen enough promise from him this weekend and will surely have him for the upside that he has. Diego Dalot is the best 4.5 million defender in our opinion. He has been very attacking in pre-season and been always around the box playing as an inverted fullback. He can be a huge upside if United sort their defense out. Yeah, a huge if. But against teams that sit back, he can be a genuine option to consider. There are some defenders that we'll be avoiding for now. Starting with Ben Chilwell from Chelsea, who has just returned from a serious injury and we would rather wait and watch if he poses the same danger like before. Villa have a good couple of games to begin the season, but soon after their fixtures turn. We wouldn't want a Villa defender for 5 million when there are much better options available from a top 6 team. Same goes for James Justin, who we would avoid for now after the club captain Kasper Schmeichel has departed from the club. Moving on to the exciting players, the midfielders. Salah has now become an auto pick for most in the game. He has a history of starting the season on fire, and it could well be history repeating itself when he faces Fulham in game week 1. There is not much to say about the King, and he looked really dangerous and ready to deliver on the weekend. We are really bullish on KDB this season as he looks set to play in a new role like a 10, almost like a second striker for the best team in the league. He now has a great striker who will also convert his half chances into goals. With no Champions League for now, he should start most games and should thrive. Leon Bailey has been on another level in preseason, 3 goals and 1 assist. Steven Gerrard has been quite impressed by his game and even hinted of him to feature in the starting 11. He's just 5 million and he's a great alternative to Coutinho in that Villa attack, who have two of the best games to start with. We loved owning Podence for last season for the 3 weeks that we had him. And now he's playing as a false 9 after him in an injury. He has been in form of his life with 3 goals and 1 assist in the preseason and will be the differential that we'll be going for in our teams with good run of fixtures to start with. Martinelli at 6 million has the potential to be the bargain of the season. He is crucial to Arsenal's styles of play and with him tracking back as well. He has provided 4 assists in the preseason along with 1 goal. He can be on penalties too. For now, what we know, whoever gets the penalty from Arsenal takes it. There are some midfielders that will be avoiding. Odegaard had good FPL points during the season end run that they had. However, we are not too bullish on him and think there are better players in that Arsenal team to be owned. We feel it is only a matter of time until Foden starts playing from the right side, where he likes to play, which makes Mahrez a very risky pick. What we said about Odegaard, well, for Coutinho as well, there are better options available in the Villa team, mostly Bailey at 5 million, who is completely on fire. The players who did not fire last season but are expected to do so this season, the forwards. With a great end to last season and even better pre-season, 5 goals and 1 assist, Harry Kane is easily the best forward option in the game. Despite not having a great record of starting seasons on a high, we are backing him to perform from game week 1 this time. 11 goals, 8 assists in 18 games against Southampton. Callum Wilson averaged 10.65 points per 90 minutes against the bottom 6 teams last season. He faces Nottingham Forest, who have signed a ton of players and might take time to find that chemistry going. He's now fit and has had a good pre-season behind him as well, 2 goals and 2 assists. At 5% ownership and 9.5 million, Vardy plays a Brentford side at home in game week 1. He's fully fit and has a track record of starting seasons on a high. He scored 6.63 points per 90 minutes, just behind Jota last season, even though he was sidelined for a major chunk of the time. There are some forwards that we would be avoiding this game week. Ivan Toney is a very good player and had a good pre-season too. However, Brentford have lost Eriksen and Toney's stats without Eriksen isn't very encouraging. Non-penalty XG per game comes down from 0.37 to 0.323 without Eriksen. Big chances per game comes down from 0.97 to 0.29. A huge difference. Havertz hasn't looked his normal self in the pre-season and has struggled in most of the games. Though his price is very attractive and he will be roped in our teams at some point of the season, we feel he's a wait and watch for now. Now the most important part of FPL, the captaincy. Perma captain Egyptian King is the most obvious choice for captaincy. He absolutely loves burying the promoted teams and will try to do a similar thing this season in game week 1. 11 goals, 8 assists in 18 games against Southampton. Harry Kane has both great form and great record by his side to make it big this game week. Trent had 200 points last season and is a bonus point magnet because of all the chances he creates. Now, we know that he underperformed his stats last time, but what if he doesn't? He matches his numbers. TAA will be our third choice for captaincy this game week. Moving on to the most important and the most exciting part of the video, the drafts. We have 2 drafts ready for you. One is a template one and one is a more balanced one. The first one has Ramsdale at goal, Trent, Cancelo and Robertson at the back along with either James or Dalot depending on which 8 million midfield spot you want to take. Neto, Martinelli and Salah are nailed in the team with Jesus and Kane up front. Kane can also be easily moved to Haaland in game week 1. The second draft is a more balanced one and covers the best attacking teams in the league. Ramsdale, Cancelo, Trent, Robbo and Trippier at the back with KDB, Diaz, Martinelli in midfield and Jesus Kane up front. Yes, both drafts are 4-4-2 and we'll go with a similar formation this week. That is it for the first video of the Voice of the Boys. Hope you liked it. Please like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more of such videos going forward. Thank you and goodbye.